Hello, my name is Logan Wood, and I will tell you why we need to increase gun control.
Hello, I am Ian Spears, and I'm going to tell you why we do not need to increase gun control.
Ian, why do you feel that we do not need to increase gun control?
Because we have individual rights, and individual rights in the United States generally is defined as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we have the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution is the right individual Americans to keep and bear arms regardless of service in the militia.
Alright, so gun control is a state level issue, and California has much stricter gun laws than Michigan.
And even in the Constitution, the Second Amendment protects the right to bear arms.
I pro gun control because in 2011, 31,076 Americans died from firearms. And nearly 500,000 people were victims of crime committed with a firearm, and nearly 70% of murders are caused by a firearm. Guns were used in nearly 50% of robberies, and since 2008, gun crime has been increasing. Alright, so over to these bullets. We have an assault rifle round, which an 18-year-old can buy, and we have a pistol round, which you have to be 21 to buy. So, how can you let somebody that's 18 buy an assault rifle round, but somebody that's 21 can buy a pistol round? We should put restrictions on all these.
And if I'm correct, this is the round that was used in the mass shootings, correct?
Yeah. So there was a court case on the Batman shooting in Colorado, August of 2012. This man killed 12 people and injured 70. He had an assault rifle, 2 pistols, a shotgun. This man was found not guilty by insanity. So, I feel that we need to increase gun control so insane people are not getting guns.
I'm going to have to disagree with your research. I researched the same thing, and it came up as 68% of the time the murder weapons were used that were firearms, and 50% of the time that robberies were. It turned out to be 41%, 2011. Go. I believe in the individual rights, and in the U.S., the individual rights are generally defined as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The 9 European nations with the lowest rate of gun ownership have a combined murder rate that is 3 times greater than the 9 European nations with the highest rate of gun ownership. Overall, guns in the United States are used 80 times more often to prevent crime than they take life. The number of unintentional fatalities due to firearms declined 58%. The number of unintentional fatalities due to firearms declined 58% between 1991 and 2011. The UK has approximately 125% more rape victims per 100,000 people each year than the United States. The violent crime rate in the United States actually fell from 757.7 per 100,000 in 1992 to 386.3 per 100,000 in 2011. During the same time period, the murder rate fell from 9.3 per 100,000 to 4.7 per 100,000. District of Columbia versus Heller in 2008 was a landmark case in which the Supreme Court of the United States held a 5-4 decision that the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution protects an individual right to possess a firearm traditionally lawful purposes, such as self-defense within a home, and a firearm for traditional lawful purposes, such as self-defense within federal enclaves. The decision did not address the question of whether the Second Amendment extends beyond federal enclaves to the states, which was addressed later by McDonald v. Chicago, 2010. It was the first Supreme Court case in the United States in history to decide whether the Second Amendment protects an individual right to keep and bear arms for self-defense. The Supreme Court struck down 9 provisions of the Firearms Control Regulation Act of 1975 as unconstitutional, determining that handguns are arms for the purpose of the Second Amendment, found that the District of Columbia Regulations Act was unconstitutional, banning and struck down Proportional Regulation Act that requires all firearms, including rifles and shotguns, to be kept unloaded and disassembled or be armed by a trigger lock. Prior to the decision that the Firearm Control Regulation Act of 75 also restricted residents from owning handguns except for the registered prior to 1975. This is a picture showing of a gun which is very misplaced, wrong parts on it that says turbocharged, and it holds 223 full metal jackets, and that it is racist and has scary parts. And this is showing that they can't write laws about stuff they don't know.
Okay, you said from 1992 to 2011, crime rate fell nearly 50%, but in 1993 the Brady Bill passed, and this made people get a background check before they could purchase a gun. So if we did something like this again, it should decrease crime rate. That's all the time we have. How do you stand?
Okay.
Okay.